Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doreen Moracha, the host of this amazing channel. And today I have two guests, but before we get to them, I want us to talk about HIV testing. A lot of you fear testing because I see your DMs, I see your inboxes, and you're like, Doreen, I don't have the strength to test. So today we're going to beat stories about HIV testing. And my guests are going to share their experiences about that as well. And I have a tiny experience about that. Mine is very tiny. So if you're new here, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button and like this video, share it very widely, and leave a comment. This particular conversation is brought to you by the Access Challenge, 1 by 1 2030, as well as the Kigali Hope Organization. So stay tuned. Allow me to welcome my two guests. I am going to start on my right. Please introduce yourself.
Right ni mkono. Hello, my name is Ndugu Abisai. I'm one part of the podcast with no name. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Brian Barato. I'm also a member of the podcast with no name. I'm also a writer, an author, and everything to do with writing.
Karibuni sana. They have forgotten to tell you that they are the writers who are giving Nairobi so
ni mmoja peke yake.
Ni mmoja. There is one Maskatia who is not here. So yeah. So Ndugu and Brian.
Yes.
Karibuni sana and asanteni for honoring my invite.
Asante.
So I want us to start with the two of you. And nataka tuchape story.
Yes.
Na mniambie what are your experiences with HIV testing? The first time you tested. You walk in, wakaambia mtu sitaki counseling because I have that. Mimi ninataka tu test.
I am a counselor myself.
Nataka tu test. Alafu anasema, but you know we have test. So what were your experiences?
Hey. Nitachoma. Lakini ni sawa. So I think my first experience with the testing or the whole HIV, mine was a scare kwanza. And it took way too long, like a 2-year scare.
Uli Google vitu?
No, siku Google kwa sababu I don't think Google was...
It was a big thing.
It was a big thing back then. And this is a very long time ago. I was 16. Nilianza tabia mbaya kitambo. So things had happened. If I say it out here, inaweza kaa ni kama I was taken advantage of, but that is not how I want it to be seen. Because I wanted whatever was happening. It's only that person was a little older, 10 years older than me.
You see a little.
Ni 10 years peke yake.
Okay.
10 yangu 10 yake.
Okay.
Kama ya nani ya Uhuru. And so things had happened.
Okay.
And then the following day, because we were living in the same house, the following day, I don't know what came to her or ni nini alifikiria aka decide kuniambia, na by the way, go get tested. You know, this is 2000 and there is still a lot of stigma.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of misinformation about HIV. So nilikuwa Nakuru na nilikuwa naishi place kama Ruai, like a place that is so near to the sewerage treatment system. So when she told me that endo katestiwe because I am infected, nikasema sasa basi. Ndio hii, this is the death sentence. Nitakufa kesho ama next week kama nitakaa sana. And so a lot of things ran through my mind. And the first thing was, you know, if I'm going to die, it's pointless to wait until I'm so emaciated. And then kulikuwa na a certain ward in then ilikuwa inaitwa PGH, Provincial General Hospital, Rift Valley. Now kulikuwa na ward inaitwa I think ward 11 ama ward 12. any person that had HIV or chronic diseases that were zilikuwa zimepita hiyo nini ya kukuwa treated, they were taken there. And so the first lessons we had about HIV ilikuwa kupelekwa kwa hiyo ward. Hata hatukuambiwa ati what HIV ni nini. Ulikuwa unaambiwa msee kuja. Tueleni ward 12.
Hiyo ni true.
Mnapiga round hivi. And you see when you've seen people that are badly emaciated. Like you can literally see the bone. Unaona tu ni skin imecover. And so unawacha ujione. Alafu after hapo unapatia ile video ya kisonono, kaswende na sijui. So if ukisikia anything to do with sex, you get so scared. So mimi nilikuwa nimeteleza already. Nikasema ba sasa it's death. I have seen infected people uko, and that is not how I want to die. Unajua. So I went to that sewage treatment plant. Nikatembea tu. For the very first time in my life, I toyed around with the idea of committing suicide. But sasa the option ilikuwa kuruka kwa sewage. Nikajiuliza, man, I have a little class. I can't die in shit. Literally. So nikajiambia, you know what? Wacha ningoje. After all, kutakuwa na watu like there will be people to take care of me. Hiyo siku tulikuwa tuna joke that you get to a certain stage, unaanikwa, unaanuliwa. So when guys are out there, they are saying, hey, ndugu tulimwacha nje na mvua inakuja. Twende tumwanue. Unajua sasa hizo umesink kwa mattress. Like the mattress imeform a valley hapo katikati umesink. So mtu akiwa hii side hata kuona because you are lower than the mattress. So the long and short of it, I didn't get tested that year. I took 2 more years. Now sasa nikaingia form 3, form 4. Now tukamaliza form 4. When we got out and time tulikuwa tunachill kwenda campus, a friend of mine had now a similar experience that I had 2 years ago, 2 years back. His jina yake ni Martin. So Martin comes to me, ananiambia msee, kwanza alikuja usiku. Msee, lazima tuende VCT saa hizi. Unajua siku hizo VCT zilikuwa vitu so mysterious, and then zilikuwa secluded. Hata ukienda kwa hosi kamewekwa mahali pale, and then there's little activity that is going on there. And then even when guys were going, walikuwa wanaenda kama wamejificha. Because the very idea that you'll be seen getting there is already na kuweka mahali wewe ni mshukiwa. So Martin comes to me, tells me lazima aende. Kwa nini? He had slept with a lady that tulikuwa tunamshuku. Kila mtu kwa estate alikuwa ule by the way anakuanga positive. And rumor ilikuwa imeshika so much because people were claiming walikuwa wamelala na yeye. So many people like makanga, sijui mtu wa mkokoteni, mtu anajaribu kulaunch career yake ya music. She was not discriminating according to the news huko kwa kijiji. And so Martin akakuja akachangamka, yeye hakuwa amepata information that this is what happened. So you know the boyish ego ile unaenda kusema by the way yesterday I slept with so and so. So he goes to the other boys and tells them, jana wasee niko na news. Ule dem wewe kuisha. So Martin akakuja akaniambia lazima tuende VCT. Nikamshow tutaenda kesho because ilikuwa usiku, tutaishia kesho. I'll take you there. Probably hata mimi nitataka. So that scare again ikaanza kuni because 2 years nimesurvive. What I don't know won't kill me. So I would rather stay this way. So kesho yake tukaishia na Martin. Hiyo time sasa VCT imedevelop, imekuwa na resource center, watu wa KMTC wako hapo wana encourage, unaenda kutestiwa and all these things. So we get there and a guy with a lab coat akatoka huko ndani kakuja. Ni nani hao wanataka kupimwa? The guy is tall. Sisi tumekaa in sunken chairs. So anakuangalia at an angle of elevation. So the guy akauliza, both of us got scared. Kulikuwa na pool table hapo. So Martin stands, anaenda anacheza pool, anapiga kadhaa, alafu the guy still ako hapa anauliza, nimesema niko na clients. So the nurse tells him ni hawa wawili. So mimi kwanza nikajitenga. Hapana, si mimi. Ni huyu mwenye anacheza pool. Mimi unajua hali ninajua. Na hata kama sijui, sitaki kujua. Sijaji expose. But at the back of my mind nakumbuka I have a 2-year history that I need to take care of. So Martin got in very shaky, very scared, but he had to because vile aliambiwa atakufa next kwanza alikuwa anaambiwa sasa cheki msee, kwanza hapa ni TB nayo ukitoka kwa TB sasa uingie malaria ikupeleke kusukume, by the time unafika sasa the last stage
ngoma tu itakumaliza
ukikohoa mara mbili hivi tutakupeleka South Cemetery. And you know, umetoka high school umepita, both of us had qualified. He went to do engineering at multimedia, mimi nikaenda Meru kufanya actuarial science. Those are the brains that were almost wasting away according sasa to ile information tuko nayo. Unaona hii country ingepoteza vijana wawili barubaru. So Martin got tested. Akaniambia sasa hata wewe ingia. Nikamwambia buda si leo. So this is a secret bado that I haven't shared with anyone. Actually I think forum I think ni the third time ninaambia wase kuhusu your experience. And so when Martin got tested akakuja akifurahi and all these things, akasema ako fiti na akapatiwa box 2 za sure condoms. Akaambia hii patia huyo mwingine. No, pana mimi sitaki. These are not things I'm involving myself in. So I have chosen celibacy because I am afraid what if I sleep with somebody and I infect them. So it's not really ati ninataka sana, but circumstances zinanifanya nisitafute watu nje. So to cut his story short, 2 weeks later nika make decision nataka kwenda sasa, but because I'm afraid, unakumbuka niliambiwa niko na like I'm infect. So I'm afraid. I didn't even tell Martin. I went back to the VCT resource center. So siku ya kwanza nikaishia mimi huyo Saturday afternoon nikaenda, niko na courage. Nasikiza classic 105 hata the future is wimbo ya Kelly liko nacheza. I think there is a song Kelly sings about overcoming storm is over. Yeah, so the storm is over really because I'm going to the VCT. Storm itaisha after hii. Unajua nikipatikana nayo I'll be put on medication and I'll survive for the next 70-80 years. Unaona, in fact maybe kitu nitakufa nayo hata ni accident, hata si labda HIV. So Saturday nikaenda, nikafika kwa mlango hivi nikaangalia watu wanacheza pool, kuna watu wanatetemekea hapa kama vile tulikuwa tunatetemeka. I went back and I did that for 3 more times, Saturday, Monday and the other Monday. So the 4th time nilienda kuingia hivi, that counselor guy akakuja. Naweza nilikuona umerudi? Akuja this mambo tutaongea. So nikaketi kwa kiti, akaanza kuniambia sasa nataka kuangalia see there is that thing they used to test with. Akaniambia sasa this is what happens here. Akani prepare psychologically. Guy, I don't need this counseling. I only need to get tested so that I know my status. You can advise and counsel other people. Mimi already mimi niko tu sawa. If this is it, then this is it. So akani break and then akaniambia vile ukiona strips 2, ukiona strip 1, you know the basic things that they used to tell people. So they give you that thing to read for yourself. Na mimi nataka asome, hata sitaki kuangalia, namwambia wewe fanya aje, soma hiyo kitu. So nimekuja hapa kwa sababu you are a professional. Nisome. It's actually good news. Unajua when they say you're negative, I think ukiingia for the first time and you're told you're negative, you actually think it's a negative thing.
I'm negative.
It's a good thing. So kitu nitakwambia endo jichunge. akanipatia packets zangu mimi nikaona kwa sasa sitaki kwa sababu I'm waiting mpaka marriage. So my experience with a test was a 2-year experience, and a very scary experience for that matter, because nilikuwa high school all this time. Every other time I was down with kaflu. Unajua niko Elbagon?
Yeah.
Elbagon ni mali homa inawaka kama moto. Yeah. So every other time ninakohoa. Ninajua bas sitasoma physics kwa sababu sasa niko stage 9 ya HIV. But that was it. That was my experience.
And it's weird that it is an experience a lot of people go through, like the waiting, the panic, yomifika city. Unasema hi, unarudi nyumbani. It actually happens to a lot of people. So, yeah.
Yeah, so mine also happened many years ago. I think I was in first year. Whether I was in first year or second year, I'm not too sure. In uni, so I was in Masanembuliro. So the first time I went to a visit, it was actually for the counseling thing, and I don't think it was because of I wanted the counseling. I think we had a unit in HIV in uni. So
Compulsory kwanza.
And my friend was this curious guy. Every time, he used to get tested regularly. You know those people who once they get tested, so they keep asking, oh you're tested. Tested for what? So he's always
najijua.
Twende bana. Ni vizuri ujue hali yako nini pale. So the first time we went there, I think it was just out of curiosity to see how this thing is done nini pale. So we went, the schools are visiting. So tukaenda pale, they were cancelled. So they're like, do you want to get tested? Okay, let's just see the whole process, and then we'll decide later. So we were cancelled, you know those things, whatever the results, si mwisho wa maisha nini, you know those things like, it's like they mean the conclusion.
Kwa ukiambiwa si mwisho wa maisha. This is the beginning of the end.
Si mwisho wa maisha. Wengi saizi wamenini.
Mimi nilikuwa nakumbuka Brian. Your time. Also Rafiki Pesa was fairly imagine tu Rafiki Pesa alimnunulia sanduku na sanda nyeupe. Unajua bas this is it.
And you know kwanza mimi before even with those songs nakumbuka kwanza songs za kitambo, the first song kabisa ilikuwa ni Princess Julie.
Dunia mbaya.
Dunia mbaya. Dunia mbaya. I'm telling you so.
Ukisikiza wimbo saizi.
No, I think that is where we went wrong in the first place.
Yeah.
The songs they did not help.
They scared us.
Yeah.
So, I remember when we were in primary school, tukaletewa hizi I don't know
filamu.
Hizi filamu hizi sijui ilikuwa ni hizo magonore. This you know, Kim
kwanza ya Kaswende.
Mwenye alikuwa mrembo, alikuwa na nini, wasichana, majamaa wanamchukua na gari. Hawa sasa baadaye sasa they infected them, alafu the images. But then when I think about it, I don't know how these things were approved
to children that were 11, 10, 5.
It's so to live was scared. There's a story, and I'm not even going to like kitambo. Those stories, wasikianga kwanza huko unaoshago, wasikianga tu wewe mtu amwapita amwasalimia. Amwasalimu mko poa na akaenda. Wasikia tu huyo positive. And it's just information being dished out.
Sisi hata tuko tunasema ako positive. Tulikuwa tunasemanga ako nayo.
Ako nayo. Yeah,
ako nayo. You don't even clarify. Ako nayo means huyo sasa anaelekea.
There's a certain Kiluya word. There's a certain, so in Kiluya baridi it's called embe. So akona ile ya embe. Yaani ile ya baridi tu ile.
Ameingiza baridi.
Ile ya baridi. So we got scared. So later when we went up for the counseling with my friend, tukapo cancelled kabisa nini tukajua sasa. Sasa tuko sawa. Yeye msijali. Saizi uzuri saizi technology.
Technology
penye imefika. Na madawa
si kama 89.
Mbona hata kwanza unaweza kuwa hata na afya kushinda wale wenye
But those were supposed to be
Yani it was one scary thing.
Sawa. Sasa tutafanya testing, sindio? Everything, tutajua how everything works. Ule my friend, of course, ameshazoea hizi story. Mimi I'll go. So kwanza he went, hata got tested, negative. Nakuja saa maitano, nikawasho nianze. Acha mimi nitarudi. Mimi nitakuja.
Ukameja on the voluntary part. Test inagonga voluntary.
I'm doing for hii campus. Let me kwanza go and think about it. Nikasema I'll come back. And I didn't go back until many months later. So I was with I met this person that was flirting with Nini Pale. And I think just like Ndugu, she was older than me. She was also a nurse. We were practicing, I don't know, nurse, studying, further in her studies, and we were hostel mates. So she was living opposite our we started flirting, and I just started seeing there's a potential of something here going down. And this went on for a while until one night nikajambia, sasa leo sasa ni ile siku, unaona, I need it, because all this time we just be talking. But today I'm going to make my move. My roommate akanambia waenda uwakilisha. Nipatia uko na CD. I think akanambia tulikuwa nazo because it's a hostel ya maboy. Ziko tu somewhere. Nikachukua. Nikamwambia tufunga mlango sitarudi. Leo inaona sione kama tarudi. I'll be back here tomorrow. So funga mlango elala. So I went. And obviously we had dinner at her place. And sasa niko zile za now it's time to make my moves. Then suddenly she looked a bit apprehensive. Did I misread the situation? Then misread the situation, but akanambia, listen, so before we do anything, there's something I need to tell you. These are not things you want to hear. During this moment, there's something I need to tell you, it's not something you want to hear. I was like, okay, what is it? So, you're such a nice guy.
When it started like that.
It's going down.
In fact, nikaanza kuambiwa, you're a nice guy. Nikutaka tu kuambiwa, but we're just friends, we cannot be anything more than this. So I was nikaanza kufeel and broken kidogo, but I was like, anyway, it's okay. Such a nice guy, and I like you, but it will be wrong if we did this without me telling you that I'm actually HIV positive. Ushaona ile shock kwanza imekupiga hivi kwanza, sasa ile baridi ile embe sasa
bumbuazi.
Sasa inaingia ndio nikaanza ku understand kwa nini ile baridi. Kuna baridi fulani even a sweater haiwezi nini.
Ni baridi iko ndani.
Kwa kitu kwa uso ni brave, kwanza najifanya safe, it's kwa hiyo tu. So like so I'm positive, and so I think it's important that you know. So now that you know, I told you, she even told me how she got infected. So but now that you know, I'm aware of medications and now that you know, you can decide, whether you want to proceed or your protection. Nilikuwa naye kwa mfuko bali nikasema hata si. If you want to proceed, Kasema, anyway, thanks for letting me know. Hiyo ni kitu kidogo.
Sijali.
Makosa tu ndio sasa siko remember everything. You see, which and saizi hata it's late, then kama naweza pata maybe for next time we can plan. So today we can and tonight we can just chill na nini. Na hata hapo kwa chilling fanya aje. Wacha kwanza niende nione, maybe it's not too late. I can still get protection and come back. Nakwambia nilitoka hapo. I don't remember whether I went kwanza kutembea tu usiku kwanza tu ile tu sasa nimeletwa hii campus nisoma. Sasa unajua huyu kijana haka anasoma. Huyu kijana ni nini sasa tunajaribu kufanya? Why am I not focusing on my education? I was so stressed. Nilipigwa na pressure. Nini baadaye nilirudi kwa nyumba. Now knock. Mwalimu anashangaa. Boss, kwa tushamaliza hata sitaki kuongea. So I just went inside. Nikamwambia tutaongea kesho. So kesho nikamshow. Like sasa huku nini kama no redeemed. There was nothing that happened. Na wasichana hawa. Hata tu warembo hivi bwana nini. Hii shule afadhali tu mtu focus na masomo yako. Unaona? Naenda alikuwa ananiencourage. Wewe enda wewe nini. Hii shule wewe focus na masomo. But obviously after that I just felt the need now to get tested.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, did I touch someone? Did I touch her? Anyway,
did you have an open wound?
There's nothing in but I'm like, and you know, funny enough, even though the education you had already gotten, and even the counseling, shambi everything, so I knew how, you know, the infection, how someone can get infected, but still really doubt iko pale. I've been in close proximity to this person, in very suggestive ways. So even if nothing happened, but it was very suggestive. Thus I need to go and get tested. But again, I need to wait. So these are 3 months maybe before, because it doesn't show if you're infected.
Exactly.
It will show immediately tomorrow. So I need to wait. So these are waiting months. They were the most. Now my problem was now avoiding this person because I did not come back when I said I'm going to come back, and all along. So you know the nature of our relationship was changed. And eventually, now we got to talk again as a because she was also a nurse. Actually, she was a nurse further in the study, so she knows the stuff. So I told her the truth. I was so scared, and I actually feel I need to get tested. Yeah, I know, but we didn't. I know, but I still need to. It's actually a good thing. It's the first time. Yeah, I haven't tested before. I was okay, unless you're already infected before, obviously. You're not going to be infected by being told that I'm going to you. That's how we would have infected. I waited, but I think after the 3rd month emission, nilienda kama ndugu kwa visiting kaiangalia hivi. Nikarudi kwanza nikasema this I'm not ready for this. But after the 4th month, I think I went back and now got tested. And I think at that moment to go to the levels, I wasn't even thinking about myself really, or even dying. Nilikuwa nafikiria zile stories. Sasa wazazi, huyu kijana huyu, nikaanza kukumbuka until the things my mom was telling me the day I was now leaving to join first year. Ukifika shule, unajua huko ni university. Na hakuna mtu anakuchunga.
Kuna watu wengi.
Watu ni wengi. Wasichana ni wengi.
Wametoka Nairobi.
Wapi kila mahali, wasichana ni wengi.
Ukiambiwa wametoka Nairobi, hiyo already
wewe umeona warembo.
It's suggestive.
Sasa wewe chunga na focus na masomo. Hizi stories zingine bad company, ulevi, nini
wachana.
Umeona wewe bado mdogo, some ukuje usaidie hao wenzako wenyewe hapa juu. Sasa nitarudi. Naweza kuambia by the way
wala wasichana mlifika.
Ndio amenimaliza.
Mimi sina option tena. So I was stressed about that thing. But eventually now I went. I was panicking. Nina hizo stories ukiangalia lines I tell this person skiza. Wewe usianze kuniambia sijui na nini. So you know what is supposed to be happening. Just come on. I skipped the counseling part because the counselor had seen me before. He remembered, so nilimwambia tu I just wanted to get tested, you know, at least nijue hali yangu vizuri mimi pale. So I got tested. The results came out negative, and I think nilitoka hapo kama nimeswear mimi na wasichana hii campus wakiwakuja hivi mimi naenda hivi sitaki anything to do. I don't want anything. Obviously, the promise you will last to come a few weeks. So I was like, anyway, back to the game. You know, if you die, you die. But that was now my experience. With HIV, the scare and testing.
But I honestly feel that parents do give the shortest information ever.
They do.
Because when I was transferred from my first school in high school, so the first one to the second one, they were both mixed schools. So the second one is where now my mom is like, no, ujue hapa kuna vijana
vijana wa Kisii.
Vijana wa Kale, why did you not? Like for another shule literally in the morning. Ujue hapa kuna vijana wa Kisii. Na hawa vijana wasijaribu kupita. So now I'm like, but nimetoka mixed school.
Yes.
Like I am literally from one mixed school. This is another mixed school. And then now there's the guy, you know, there's always that one guy in school. So he was hitting on everybody.
Yes.
And then one time tunakutana na yeye sasa kwa market. Considering the story going around that aliwahi msichana mwingine mpaka kwa nyumba. Nilikimbia.
Alikuwa Mkisii.
Alikuwa Mkisii. Nilikimbia because according to the story was alikuwa amefuata this girl to their home. The father was very strict, so anauliza kijana amekuja kufanya nini kwa nyumba yangu. So yeah, it became an issue. Akaletwa shule Monday, alafu so unajua ni zile principal anawapatia
assembly
announcement pale, mnajua something is wrong. So when I met him, I was like, sasa niko like, oh my god, atanifuata kwenda nyumbani. I ran, hiyo siku nilitumia njia yenye sijawahi tumia kwenda nyumbani because I was not about wale vijana ambao nilikuwa about ndio hawa. Hey, I was not about to do that. But now my experience is a little bit different than the two of you because I already knew my status. The problem is the person that I told did not believe me. So mimi hakuniamini, alafu ni ile ni hizo zenye I want to tell you something.
Right at that moment.
I want to tell you.
No, it was on text. I always approve, I recommend texting. It is easy. Hauoni huyo mtu mwingine na unaweza kasimu flight mode for so nika text, hi, by the way, there is something you need to know. And okay, what is it? So I am kind of HIV positive.
Kind of.
Yeah, I have been living with it like my whole life. So nikazima simu.
Absorb kwanza.
Nikarudi baadaye. Sasa nikarudi later after sasa nimewakisha simu. Ati okay, but I honestly don't think you are. I think you're just using this as a way ya kunifukuza.
A decoy.
Sasa niko like, okay, that is strange because that, you know, I expected, it is not you, it is me. But now I am getting a message that I don't know how to process myself. Nikamwambia, but let's do this. When we meet, we had not met. When we meet, the first thing we do is testing. Nikamwambia sawa. The first date ilikuwa ya kutest. Yaani sisi date ya kwanza tu tunafaa kukua tunaongea like
kieleweke.
VCT. Tukafika VCT, pick me somewhere hapa Ngong Road. Tukaambia counselor hatutaki maneno ya counseling. I don't know why everybody always wants to skip counseling.
Maybe because ni kama umesikia hii story sana.
So many times.
Ulianza kufunzwa class 5, ukaambiwa hizi vitu and then huyu mtu anataka ku waste time hapa na
plus it's easier. It's easier to change your mind during your counseling, your process, because everything you're being told, you know what you're told, not to be scared. The thing to know, you will be okay. You're not going to be okay. Well, you're going to die. You see? Juu wanna tell you, kuna watu wanaishi miaka sijui ngapi.
Mimi niliambiwa.
Well, you remember the people. If you've heard of people who have been infected before, those are the people who come to mind. Not the ones who are living healthy despite. No, tu wale wenye uko ocha hata akikupea maji na usikuli ile maji atunene alikuwa anakupea maji.
And in my case, all people that had been walikuwa wamesemwa kwa kijiji ati wako na HIV, all of them were dead. And then this counselor is telling me, by the way, unaona Assunta Wagura, Assunta was one of the few people that were publicly living with HIV. Assunta Wagura, ameishi na sijui hapana 20 years mimi huyu hata sijui ni nani. huyu mwenye tulikuwa tunaishi naye hapa kwa estate alikufa. Why you telling me about Asunta?
So there was that. I remember there was a time I came to realize later. It was just a myth. It was just a way of scaring people from walking at night. Unaambiwa kuna mtu ako infected, anataka kufa peke yake. Sasa ana time watu wanatembea usiku, anadunga sindano, na sio HIV. Still kwa damu ama ni nini? Dunga nayo hivi. I'm telling you, usiku ulikuwa ukipatikana na giza mahali. Ile marathon ulikuwa unakimbia nayo kwenda nayo nyumbani.
Sikutane na sindano.
Ambaye anajificha kwa mahindi alafu akatola toka dunga nayo. But the funny part was we could not hakukuwa an example anybody mwenye amedungwa. Ulikuwa tu anadunga watu wagani.
Lakini unajua hauwezi in that kind of case ukidungwa shindano hautaenda uambie watu because the people then will you are HIV positive so you can't. So technically the rumor will be there but you will not see the person. Exactly.
Or even the person mwenye anadunga.
Utamjua.
Because you actually imagine huyo mtu atajulikana ni nani. But
yeah, so the same way tukaingia tukasema sisi hatutaki counseling, sisi tunataka testing. So tukatestiwa, tukaambiwa ni 300, I think ilikuwa 300. 300 tukatoa pesa. Yeye ndiye alitoa. Tukatestiwa, test ikatoka yangu positive yake negative. Sasa akaanza tena. So as I was telling you, ile kitu isiwashtu. Ako like no asanti. Sasa wacha tu.
Wewe umefanya kazi yako.
You earned your pay for this day.
So sisi tumetoka sasa, tumeingia kwa gari yake. Sasa kurudi. That was tough. It was so silent. Radio ndio ilikuwa inatusaidia kwa hiyo gari. Everything was just quiet. Sasa niko like no,
tusiguze vitu kwa gari.
What do I do? Sasa mimi nimenyamaza tu. Sasa classic inaimba tu ilikuwa kiss. And then it was 13th and 14th ni Valentine's. So very bad timing.
Jioni pale kaleche mumo na Shafi Weru.
So very bad timing. So niko like oh my god, nitawifika kwenye ninaenda. I think the silence got to him so much mpaka akole tukafika pale Halinga akaniambia but there are things I need to do. See, I drop you here and we shall and then we never talked. And that was it. Yani literally that was it. And it's weird that he did not even believe. Na mimi tu nilimwambia this is it, but he's like na wewe unanidanganya. The same way too that there is some sasa huyu si could disclose. I just kept quiet. Tukapatana. So I went to his house and then I was like I don't think I want things to go down this road. Na sija disclose. So I kept quiet. Akaniambia no, you can always no, I won't sleep today. I will go and come back. So I went. Came back the second time we met tulimit tao. Tukakula, tumeongea. So on our way tukienda there is somebody else who had his interests akaniona. Kanitext, so that is the one. Alafu ile siku kwa namba yake so like yes, kind of. Conversation because the way he was talking it's like tunajuana. Lakini sasa namba sija save so sijui ninaongea na nani. Sasa ninaongea na huyu na sija disclose. I have like a pending issue here. So tumefika kwake tumeingia Kenya Power walikuwa wamefanya ile kitu na stigma. Tukakaa we ate the chipo we had bought from town. So I told him mimi silali kwa kitanda moja na wewe. And he said what is your problem? Nikamwambia lala hapa kwa sofa. Ananiambia sofa zangu ni za kukalia, sio za watu kulala. So nikamwambia then I go back to my house. Akaniambia it was I think like 11 usiku. Na sisi toka Doni mpaka Isli. That time I was living in Isli. Sisi toka Doni mpaka Isli. So akaniambia no. Hawezi lala kwa kiti yangu, so the best I can do ni kukupatia. There was like a caspare room hapo kani. We niliumwa na umbo. Mpaka at some point nikasema mama. Alafu unajua yeye kwa kichwa yake ana think ni kiburi niko nayo. Ako like yani msichana.
How dare she?
Because asubuhi aliamka kiteta. Sasa mimi ninaumwa na umbo. Yani as in I can't even help myself. Alafu unajua nimelala chini kwa floor. Like he had just put a mattress na nini akaniambia sasa wewe hapo pambana na baridi na mbu you on your own. So now now the thing is, I did not want to like have sex with this guy, and then later on he finds out I'm HIV positive. Of course it will not have gone down very well. So nikasema hapa juu sija disclose na hata, and then we had never, it's weird that people in relationships actually do not talk about HIV. It is just so weird because we had never talked about HIV. Me at the back of my mind najua ako na akili enough kuanzisha conversation. I shall assume what can go wrong. Nothing. So that is like where we were. Sasa asubuhi tukaamka kaanza kuteta, sijui ni nini shida yako, ninakuleta huku, hutaki kutuja kula. Hebu kwanza nipigie hii shati pasi. Ninapiga pasi.
Ina alikuwa amekuja sana.
Stigma ilirudi.
Telling me about his ex who used to come and wash and cook and clean. I'm like I can't do that. Alafu tumetoka sasa kwake. Sasa anataka tupende train kuja town.
Doni. Tulikimbiza
yote. Tulikimbiza train because we arrived at train din inatoka. So sasa the only other way, so you know train ikianza kutoka iko pole kidogo. So ni akimbie ashike afike hapo kwa mlango then anishike mkono. It was a classic look. So then
proper love.
The thing is he never got to know my status at that point. Then he sees me on TV a few years later. Sasa after that akani ghost of course. So he sees me on TV.
Ulipanda train.
Tulipanda train. Tukafika lakini unajua train
Mlisimama.
Tulisimama.
Disclose. Kupanda train.
Ungeachwa hapo chini. Ungekimbisha hiyo train mpaka railways.
Mimi na train so
kupanda
tumefika town and then we reached town. Banki na apparently ni birthday yake, so nisipokuwa najua banki imekutumia message happy birthday.
You denied the guy birthday sex. Makosa. No wonder mlikimbisha train. You must suffer.
He ghosted me but after that then comes to see me like later on TV. I don't know whether it made sense to him after he saw me on TV, I don't know. Then he calls me to his office now. Sasa tumekaa hapo ananiambia unajua kuna auntie yangu. Anakuanga positive.
Nataka uongeleshe.
We never talked about that whatever happened. Ilikuwa tu kuna auntie yangu anakuanga positive. So this time he was actively looking for a wife. So I think I was part of the audition. So he wanted to know how does this go? Like he did not put it like that, but the way the questions he was asking, I was like, where are these questions? There's an aunt of mine, you know, anakuanga positive. Na hatukujua for very many years. I'm like, that is a weird thing to tell me, like it is your aunt. So haya, ati sasa can positive women get children who are negative? Niko like, yeah, they can. How? Sasa by the way, we sat in his office I think for like 3 hours. Nikimpea a whole lecture about HIV. Whole, yani ni kama crash course. Alafu tukatoka hapo akaenda, we had dinner, then Nicole like, we shall talk. We shall talk.
Let's talk.
We never talked again actually.
You had talked everything. But sasa mimi
let me see. Asubuhi aliamka na clarity. Huyo msichana
hata hiyo train ya Doni hata wewe panda.
So yani that was it actually. I think that is the last time we met physically. Sasa siku hizi ni status viewers of each other. Nothing else. But it has actually, living with HIV has really shown me how much people fear HIV. Like kuna hiyo fear to the minute you say I am HIV positive, that is it. Kuna konga tunako ka switch off ka. It was nice knowing you, but I will leave it. It is the same thing that happened to me one time nikitoka Citizen for an interview. So I was walking hapo kwa hiyo barabara, nasema acha niifike
Dennis Street.
Si Dennis Street. Si na hiyo ni ya chini. There's another kabarabara anatokelezeanga hapa kwa nini I have forgotten the name of the kabarabara. So this guy comes like a kahoot gari katikati ya street, and you see that nini kuna magari mingi. Like, okay, what is happening? Ati, hi, you look very nice. Nikamwambia, thanks. Where are you going? Nikamwambia, I'm going to town. Immediately akageuza gari.
Hata akaanza ku go to town.
Hop in, let me give you a lift. Akilema kaniambia, lakini mtu akinikidnap. Alafu nikasema, lakini kuna too many witnesses. The thing about Kenya is you can never work on the witnesses. You watasema hawakujui.
Na anakidnapiwa manini.
Hawa wasichana tu wote tunawakataza. Wanapenda kuona magari kubwa kubwa. Wanaingia tu.
Tomaika akisema ngembeba kaibe kama kikataa.
Ningemwambia niishi Kawangware.
Bebe kwa baiskeli. Acha wakidnapiwa.
Ona sasa.
So mimi nikaingia kwa gari anyway. Nimekaa ameniuliza what is your name. Sasa tumeanza kuongea. Aya, akaniambia nikuache town wapi? Nikamwambia maybe hapo nini hapo Hilton. Unaona hapo Hilton hapo International House. And akaniambia okay, no problem. I was not going to town, but for your sake, what
For your sake.
So, are you married? Are you single? Nikamwambia niko tu soko. Niko soko. Side ya avocado sana. Akaniambia okay, that is nice. I am married. But I am looking for a side chick. He was very, very open by this. He wale wa ati we are together because of the children. He was very specific. So, me, I want you to be my official side chick. But ukisha nini inaitwaje, we are not going to be using protection. So the number one thing of this relationship itakuwa lazima tupimwe. Nikamwambia si must because me already najua status yangu. Akaniambia ulipimwa mwisho lini? Nikamwambia mimi nimekuwa nikishinda HIV my whole life.
Na hii town
Mmefika International House.
Ako like, uko sure? Nikamwambia I'm very sure, like I'm on treatment nini. Kaniambia okay. Me I'm negative. But I think we need to talk about this. But wacha kwanza nifike kwa ofisi and then we shall.
We'll keep in touch.
So tukisema chukua namba ameniflash. Ndio hiyo namba yangu iseme sasa. So the thing is, I actually thought like he had given up and the story imeisha. Then the man continues. Hi, it was nice meeting you. But even if you're positive, me I don't care, but that I don't mind. I just want to have you as my side chick. So now I thought, the reason why I told him this is because this was his rule. Now he wants to break his rule.
Nataka kukugeuzia.
Like nini nafanyika? So then he tells me, no. Mimi, I do not mind about that. Hiyo ni kitu kidogo. See, you cannot infect me. Sindio? I know you can't. Like he was so sure because I think at some point alifika tu mahali akasema HIV is not throwing me off this I have to continue. So he continued mpaka niko like now he became a bother. So I had now to block him. Nikamblock on WhatsApp, akanipata Facebook. Tena ndio huyo. No, why are you blocking? Let us talk. Hey, it was too much by the way, but at some point he stopped. So I am thinking my position going
alipata official mwingine. The second official.
And I was like, well, you know, it did not make sense to me because he is actively a married man, very married. He knows that, and he says that, but he does not mind the fact, like for example, I was not on treatment, I was not virally suppressed. You see, it means that I am putting him at risk. And the wife at risk, and maybe the children they're going to have because he was very young. That is then kalikuwa 40. And the children maybe they're going to have like there are a lot of risks involved. But then you go like, hey, enyewe wababa.
Wababa.
So the thing about wababa is they're always willing to risk. Mbona mnapenda ku risk lakini?
Mimi sipendi ku risk. Sipendi ku risk. But nishawai risk.
No, but
there are risk-takers. There are people who, I don't know, you see people jumping off planes.
True.
All these man of things. So there are people who naturally, of course, these are different kind of risks you're talking about. But there are people who are risk takers, but then there are people who they look at you, they say, you know, huyu lazima she's medicated. She looks like someone who's doing everything right, you know. So yeah, I guess that's why.
It is what it is.
And there are men who are like, yeah, but what am I even living for?
And what is the worst?
What is the worst that can happen?
The end itakuwa kifo. I will die anyway.
Hata ni unaweza acha. And you come na gari nikicross barabara. You see?
Vile niliambiwa.
The reasons people really say before like engaging themselves in very risky behavior are so weird. And it is the same thing. I was in an interview this morning and somebody was asking me, why is it that a lot of young people don't use condoms? Unaona ndugu walipatiwa katoni mbili. Akazipata pale hospitali. And like unapata ni ile yenye watu ulizana, babe, how you trust?
Yeah.
Unasema by the way, and you feel like nothing wrong can happen.
Some people start using protection. Then somewhere along the line, because
they
you're
stop.
dating the person, you're like,
I mean,
but it's not even about the people you're dating. It can even be a one night stand.
Yes.
And at some point, something convinces you that.
So far, what I've experienced.
Wanapima na macho.
And that is it. Like that is literally where the protection ends. And then you and mtu mko tu hapo like ni sawa, kuna kitu inaweza happen. Na nakutrust bas. And then things go south, alafu unapata mtu sasa kupele kwa comments zangu, Doreen, how reply inbox? Doreen, please check the inbox, it is urgent. So ukiangalia inbox unapata ni, you know, I had sex with this person, I don't know their status, nimesikia rumors, hizo rumors, nimesikia rumors, ako positive. So uko like, hizo rumors has happened before.
Choices have consequences.
And now nataka uniambie kwenye nitaendea pep sahi. Anaendea pep anakwambia wewe lazima nikupe dawa 28 days but you are at risk now. So basically you just have to. So the thing is, a lot of young people just don't, they want to experience the consequence. They want to kusema, guy, I wish I had, you know. And I always say hakuna labu kwa macho yako. Your eyes are for seeing, not for testing people. Stop testing people with your eyes. And today we were talking about HIV testing and our experiences, and why young people have that reluctance in testing, in knowing each other's status. And I hope that you who are watching this are going to get encouraged. And the person who says, I don't have the courage. So I hope this gives you the courage that you're not the only person who is afraid of walking into a testing center or a hospital and getting to know your HIV status. Knowing your status is very important. Don't subscribe to the narrative of what you go to look for in a VCT, you will find it. HIV is not found in a VCT, it is found in people. And that is when you do not know their status and you do not ask them, or rather you do not use protection or prevention methods that are available. Use PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, taken by HIV negative people to prevent HIV. If you have already been exposed, you can go for post-exposure prophylaxis, which is taken for 28 days within 72 hours after exposure. Besides that, use condoms. They exist for a reason, guys. Lakini sasa kuna shortage.
Kuna shortage. Watu wanaivasha walichoma.
Hata si watu wanaivasha, kumekuwa na shortage as a country. We've had a shortage for a while. But yeah, itabidi sasa mmetembea na Durex. Na hizo zile ni 300. But please use protection. Do not test people by just looking at them. Babe, how you trust is not a HIV testing method. It is not. Nowadays you can test right from your house using the self-test, and it gives you results in like 20 minutes time. So up to here, I want us to continue with the goal, which is to reduce new HIV infections this year. And this conversation was brought to you by 1 by 1 2030, as well as the Access Challenge and the Kigali Hope Organization. And from me to you, I want you to like, share, subscribe to this particular YouTube channel, and leave a lovely comment in the comment section. See you again next week.